Hi, everyone. I just finished up taking notes on the readings for this week and um, reflect. So, if I'm going to we'll start by reflecting on the framework from Dr. Margolis in 2020. Um, One of the things that stuck out most to me was when he was talking about being on the edge of chaos. And the reason why it stuck out to me is because I frequently practice yoga, and in yoga, there's a phrase called meeting your edge. And to me, your edge means that there is a kind of precise yet ever-changing boundary that your body has. And when you meet your edge and when you get to that place, it's the most challenging, but it's the most rewarding place to be in practice because it pushes the boundary of comfort without causing pain. And so, reading this and hearing how um, teacher leaders should, function and operate on this edge of chaos just really sat with me. And I really enjoyed being able to read through his framework. I really enjoyed how he put the vignettes in place. I know it was only 4 out of 8 of the like core concepts of this framework, but I thought that the vignettes painted a really realistic picture for us, and it was based off of a lot of applied research to give us an idea of what it really would look like in real time. Um, when so like we've got I had took some notes. One of the bigger takeaways was the section about I was in the beginning about the semi-formal leadership and leadership being viewed as a semi-formal approach because a lot of times we think of formal versus informal, and this again kind of removes the what feels like those hard barriers in between levels of leadership and creates this more free flowing network with better feedback loops and a better way to kind of view what it is needs change or adapting. The justification for that non-linear model is also a really unique way to continue to look at it. We did, with our project before, I think it was just really important to see things in a way that is not just A to B, B to C, C to D. Um, and so it was really cool to be able to read the framework and then read the study where it's applied. Um, my first insight and thought was I don't know anything about the New York City public school system, and it sounds like quite a place to work at and to study. I, I think in both articles, we were given that chart that shows the complexity framework where you have like that chaos theory and that like the complexity and chaos versus the edge of chaos and all the different core concepts and where they align. And I thought that was a really cool way to also see ways that we can implement it. And one of the biggest part of the discussion in the SANS um, research article and when they were applying the complexity theory was the section on the tensions where like teacher leaders can also become too aligned with like administrative directives. And I think it had to do with classroom management. And one of the teacher leaders, had kind of been very direct and here's how you have to manage a classroom so learning can exist and kind of created a little bit of a cutoff of having that teacher voice implemented in there. Um, but, you know, at the same time, there was the collective autonomy example where you had these teachers, creating shared spaces and having open-ended and continual feedback conversations to create better systems for the students and for those that are, teaching the students. Um, and then applying this to my current educational context, I think that we're moving in that direction. I think that there is a lot of ways in which school districts need to continue to shift in that direction. And I personally do see my school district moving in more of that complex, adaptive, nested system world over here. And we're kind of just at that continuum we're making our way across. Um, and then in terms of my current like applied research, I it's artificial intelligence and its implications on special education, students with disabilities. And so just I think being able to see it as a nested system and what exactly AI is influenced by, classroom level, school level, district level, state level, policies and mandates, what kind of pressures on the outside and professional learning communities. So I think I'm just interested in being able to look at what I'm studying and applying those eight core concepts and seeing how it is I can take that and take what the way in which I'm understanding my study to the next level. Thanks, guys.